Someone insulted me on my monitor's refresh rate right where it hurts. That's why I have rounded out for you guys on a budget the best 144Hz monitors of this year. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these budget monitors, you can check out the links in the description below. Let's get started. Starting the list with a reasonably priced 144Hz monitor, the DELL S2421HGF, and I have it listed as the best overall one. I'm sure it is an option that will do for most people watching this video. Taking it from the bottom to the top, the DELL S2421HGF is the definition of will do what it is set out to do. This monitor provides us with a lot of value for the price, pretty visuals in Full HD display, 144Hz refresh rate, and more. The design is purely simple and really useful at the same time. This monitor almost has no bezels at all, besides on the bottom, a thin one where the DELL logo rests in the center. It comes with a hexagonal stand that is really easy to put together, and it doesn't take too much space on the desk, giving you the freedom to pick a small desk instead of a huge one. There's not much adjustment to it besides that you can tilt it back and forth. In the back, it has an all-black plastic finished chassis that looks robust despite being plastic, and the ports are put deep behind, making it a bit hard to reach. Speaking of ports, it contains 2 HDMI ports, a display port, and something you don't see often in a budget price range monitors, built-in speakers. DELL is aiming to fast responses, so it decided to stick to the TM panel. It sports a 24-inch with a max resolution of 1920 to 1080 and a nice refresh rate of 144Hz. As for the response time, it is 1 ms. While the contrast ratio sits comfortably at 1000 to 1, this DELL is a FreeSync monitor, but it works perfectly fine with Nvidia's G-Sync to offer you less stutter and image tearings. All I can say is that this monitor is simply yet greatly designed to be suitable for titles like CSGO and Valorant, where speed is the most important part. Pros: good priced, decent build, built-in speakers. Cons: narrow viewing angles, and the TM panel falls under the quality of IPS and VA panels. Coming in with something from the Samsung ODYSSEY family, the Samsung ODYSSEY G3 series, and I have it listed as the best display budget monitor since it is a 27-inch one with great visuals and refresh rate. As a proud member of the ODYSSEY family, G3 promises to bring the same value to the table as its older brother at a cheaper price. It stands out a bit from the G5, G7, and G9 since it is a standardized flat monitor and not curved. It sports the matte black aesthetic as the G5 and G7, but there sure are differences. The stand is different and the display is bezel-free and 3 sides. It comes in a massive stand that is Y-shaped. You will need at least 11 inches of depth on your desk. Still, the stand offers great accommodation despite being big. The plastic feels thick and durable, and there's no wobbling at all. Even though it is a budget monitor, it doesn't look rushed. There are no defects at all, and the screen offers tilt, swivel, pivot, and height adjustment. As for the port connectivity, it covers only the essential for regular use. Nothing wow there, which is understandable. It has a DisplayPort 1.2, HDMI 2.0, VGA, and an audio jack of 3.5mm. The display is a great part. It sports a 27-inch VA panel with a full HD resolution of 1920 to 1080p, a whole bunch of 144Hz refresh rate, and a 1 ms response time. The contrast ratio is just as good, sitting at a 4000 to 1 ratio, making it even better than the ones that you find on the IPS panels. The ODYSSEY G3 is a FreeSync monitor but works with Nvidia G-Sync without a problem, even though it is not certified. Both GPU brands offer nice cards for high refresh gaming, and that's what G3 does the best. Pros: high contrast ratio, simple and nice design, great calibrated accuracy. Whereas for the cons, limited features and no HDR. The next monitor has more than it should for a budget option, and that's the AOC C24G1A. I have it listed as the best value one. The AOC C24G1A is the next stage version of the popular AOC C24G1. This one is offering better performances such as a better color gamut and a higher refresh rate. What I meant earlier with more than it should have is this AOC is also curved with a 1500R curvature. It comes in a 3-sided borderless design so you can get the most out of the screen. At the same time, ASUS C24G1A will look great and will complement the rest of the gaming rigs thanks to the aggressive gaming design. It comes in black color, but the bottom edge of the bezel has a textured dark red stripe, and there's also the dark red ring around the stand. The stand is a triangular shaped one that can be raised by 130mm and provides great tilt and swivel adjustments. As for the connectivity, there's not much to talk about. It comes with a basic bundle of a VGA port, DisplayPort 1.2 and 2 HDMI 1.4 ports. Sadly, it lacks a USB hub and built-in speakers. Still, something that won't bother us gamers since we OTP for headsets. It packs a nice full HD VA panel with a whooping contrast ratio of 38:48:1. What's more impressive is the refresh rate that can be overclocked up to 165 Hz. And there's also the 1ms response time. I would go as far as to call it an IPS panel killer since a lot of IPS monitors struggle to achieve figures of this caliber. Pros: good contrast, 165 Hz. Whereas for the cons, no speakers and no USB ports. The next monitor on the list is a great 165 Hz and a G-Sync monitor that comes at a great price, the ASUS VG248QG, and I have it listed as the best G-Sync. The ASUS VG248QG has all the essential features a competitive gamer would want in this monitor. Good response time, high refresh rate, and a sync compatibility. All those together will sure give a competitive edge. Coming with a stylish design, definitely make this ASUS stand out among the ordinary monitors. It has thin bezels of 1 cm, minimizing any distractions if you decide to use it for a multi-monitor setup. The plastic that is wrapped around the monitor feels premium and durable. The backside has a matte finish that looks clean and smooth. The stand is firm too and has a great grip to not let it wobble around. What's cool is that there's also a hollow for cable management. Surprisingly enough, the stand comes fully ergonomic, meaning it has height, tilt, swivel adjustment, and it can be used as a vertical monitor. As for the connectivity, it has the basic ones: the HDMI 1.4, dual-link DVI-D, and a DisplayPort 1.2. It sports a standardized 24-inch TN display with a max resolution of 1920x1080. What I like the most about this budget monitor, the overclockable 165 Hz rapid refresh rate and 0.5 ms gray-to-gray response time. It even has the ASUS iCare technology with a flicker-free and blue light filter. Besides that, it has gaming optimization features like Game Visual and Game Plus. And of course, the sync compatibility. It is an NVIDIA G-Sync monitor, but it sure does work well with FreeSync too. Definitely an option that you should consider for a good gaming experience at a cheap price. Pros: good 165 Hz refresh rate, great ergonomics, and G-Sync. Whereas for the cons, TN panel and limited ports. Don't bother aiming for the pro scene in CSGO or Valorant if you don't have an esports monitor like the BENQ ZOWIE XL2731. And yes, I have this monitor listed as the best for esports. It is from the ZOWIE series, and we all know that it is here to deliver great competitive gaming performances. You bet it does. Looks-wise, the outside has the familiar all-black matte finish. Bezels are not so thin, but nothing offensive with them, since they were made to reduce light reflection from the screen. On the back, you'll find the famous ZOWIE symbol in dark red color. The stand also comes in black with a red highlight that is shaped in oval form. It is ergonomic enough to adjust the height up to 140mm. Tilt, swivel, even rotates 90 degrees for portrait mode. On the back, you will also find the connectivity ports, which are the DVI-DELL, HDMI 2.0, a DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. It comes in a nice 27-inch TN panel with a max resolution of 1920x1080. Also, there is a nice refresh rate of 144 Hz and a 1ms response time. The contrast ratio is a typical one we find in TN panels, 1000:1. What separates BENQ ZOWIE from the rest of the budget monitors are the color vibrance and black equalizer features. It is a FreeSync gaming monitor that makes it great for AMD GPU, but the G-Sync compatibility works well enough too. This bad boy was designed with esports in mind, meaning it is really responsive and fast but falls short in visuals. Pros: durable and well designed, very responsive. Whereas for the cons, missing signature BENQ ZOWIE features, and some people might hate the thick bezels. And with that being said, guys, we reached the bottom of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions about the products mentioned in this video, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Until the next video, stay safe, take care, and peace out.